Hi there. It's a beautiful sunny day here. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a changing eye exercise in groundwork that I think is very valuable. It should be done with every horse. Most horses that are in the saddle, like her, are pretty comfortable with this, but if you're purchasing a new horse, or if you are, I'm going to pull this out here, or if you're even riding somebody else's horse. Horses sometimes, when something changes sides on them and they, it goes from their peripheral on one side to a blind spot into the other side, sometimes that really troubles a horse, and you won't notice it until that happens to them, and sometimes a horse can even be worried and it will bother them more, but if they're comfortable in their normal surroundings, it won't bother them so much. So this is a really good exercise. We do a lot of changing eyes in round pen work too. So what I'm going to ask Annie to do is stand here, and I'm going to go ahead and send this rope over her head, something I'm going to practice with her as I do some roping. And so what I'm going to do is I bring the lead rope over her left side, and I'm not sure if it's going to fall in a stirrup, it's okay. And I'm going to bring it down here around her hip. Now if your horse is really sensitive, your horse just might start walking already, so you'll just be prepared so that if you need to move you can, but over time it'd be nice if your horse would wait on you. And then I'm going to pick up slack, and you're going to see her look up. So do you see how she obviously understands how to give to the halter already. If she didn't, this would bother her quite a bit. So it's important to make sure you've done some of those exercises in the beginning of this series. So I'm going to pick up here, and I'm not going to pick up a whole lot. Here, I'm waiting here for her to give a little bit, and there she's going to give. So I'm just taking up the slack. And the pressure is very light. And so what she did was she went out from one eye to the other as she turned directions. So that would be changing eyes for her. And you can see that it didn't trouble her one bit, but I've done this exercise many, many times. I do this before I get on. I make sure she's very comfortable with changing eyes, so that if anything sneaks up behind her while I'm riding her, that's not going to trouble her. So I'm going to do it to the other side. So I'm going to just bring this down here. Again, let it fall just below her hip, right there in that nice little sweet spot on her legs, above her hocks. And she's standing very quietly. So I begin to move, and if your horse moves quickly, you're just going to go this direction. So I'm asking, and I say this direction, I'm going to move this way. You can move straight back as well. But I want to be in this eye, and then you see she's losing me here, and I'm going to walk this way a little bit to cause her to untrack the hind even a little bit more, which is a good exercise as well. So now I want from one eye to the other, and I would do that several times till your horse is really comfortable waiting on you and pretty light and giving. That's also important. You'll find that to benefit you and your horse in other situations, and it teaches them to yield yet again. As you know, yielding is a really important exercise to allow you to communicate well to your horse. So I call that changing eye exercise in groundwork. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you have a fantastic day. Toodaloo.